A silent terror surrounds the great house at Collinwood. Chris Jennings had encountered that terror in a strange and sinister young man he's never seen before, a young man who may know Chris's terrible secret. Now, at gunpoint, Chris has been taken to an abandoned crypt in the old Eagle Hill Cemetery.
Inside, Mr. Jennings.
What is this place?
For the next 24 hours, it's going to be your home. So why don't you just make yourself comfortable?
Who are you?
Why don't you stop asking me that? I'm not going to tell you.
And why did you bring me here?
Like I said before, Mr. Jennings, I have certain suspicions about you, and they'll either be proved or disproved by tomorrow night, when the moon is full. Does the thought of a full moon frighten you, Mr. Jennings?
Why should it?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Nothing you've said to me makes any sense.
Oh, doesn't it? Are you sure nothing happens to you when the moon is full?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't blame you for playing dumb. In your position, I'd do the exact same thing.
You've got to be crazy.
Oh, I don't think so. If I'm wrong, I mean, if nothing happens to you when the full moon comes up tomorrow night, you're a free man. But if I'm right, I have no choice but to kill you.
I see. So we just sit around and wait. Is that it?
Oh, no, I haven't got time to sit around with you for 24 hours. I've got other things to do.
You're gonna leave me here alone?
Oh, no, Mr. Jennings. I'd never dream of doing that. I wouldn't want you to escape. And I certainly wouldn't want you to be lonely.
Who's going to be my jailer?
Someone who I think you'll find familiar.
No!
Does he look familiar?
Sheriff Davenport, it can't be.
Why not?
Because he's dead.
Well, it's true, he did die. But he's been brought back from death, at least temporarily. You see, we do have that power.
Who is we?
I'm not going to tell you that. Go over and shake hands with him. Show him there's nothing to be afraid of.
No! Don't let him touch me. I don't want him to come near me.
There's no need to be frightened. He won't harm you, as long as you behave yourself.
Why is he here?
You know who he is, don't you?
Yes.
What you'll find more interesting is what he is.
Tell me.
When there's a full moon, he turns into an animal that prowls the woods looking for victims. Isn't that ironic, Mr. Jennings? That Sheriff Davenport here, while he was alive, could never bring you to justice. But now, in death, he just might have that satisfaction.
What are my instructions?
You're to chain him to the wall and never leave him alone. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, this has 6 silver bullets in it. When the moon rises, he'll go through a transformation. You're to wait until that transformation is complete, and then kill him.
I understand.
Mr. Jennings, you look so pathetic, I could almost hope I'm wrong.
How long ago did he leave Collinwood? 2 hours ago. Well, he should have been here long before that. Oh, that idiot. That imbecile. Incredible. No, you call me here. You let me know if anything happens. I'll wait here. I sent you to do a simple job.
And I did it.
And it took you 3 hours to get a little information?
Something very interesting happened after I left Collinwood.
I don't want to know what happened after Collinwood. I want to know about David. Did you talk to him?
Yes.
And?
Oh, man, you're really uptight about this, aren't you?
Look, what happened? I mean, are those things real? Is he imagining things in his room? Are they real?
Well, they've happened all right. In fact, I almost got myself killed while I was there.
What are you talking about?
Just as I was about to leave, the lights went suddenly out. And the room got cold. I felt something cold and damp at my neck. Something was trying to strangle me.
Did you see anything? Or anyone?
No, the next thing I knew, I was on a floor, unconscious practically. When the lights came back on, I discovered a noose around my neck.
Noose?
Yeah. A very old one covered with mildew.
Did you bring it with you?
Of course.
What's the matter?
I put it in here. It's gone. It's impossible, Jeb. I never let this bag out of my sight.
Someone's trying to get at us. From beyond the grave.
Who?
The spirit of Paul Stoddard.
Well, his spirit's certainly acting in a very strange way. I should think it'd be after you instead of me.
It doesn't matter about that spirit. We gotta do something, Bruno. We gotta think of something.
Well, look, maybe we should go talk to Nicholas. He should be able to do something.
No, I don't want him involved. I gotta handle this myself.
Well, I didn't say you couldn't. I was just making a suggestion.
Look, you just let me think. Just let me think. Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
Like I'm afraid?
Afraid of what?
Spirits of the dead?
Are you?
No, I'm not. And I won't have you thinking that I am.
Well, I wasn't thinking that at all.
You were. I can see that smug, contemptuous look in your face. No, I'm not afraid of any spirits, Bruno. And I'm not afraid of you. I lead. You follow, Bruno. Don't you ever forget that.
Nobody does that to me. Not even you.
You got guts, Bruno. That's the only reason why I keep you here.
Let go of my arm!
Until we settle something. We're gonna settle it, or I'm gonna kill you.
What is it?
Who leads, Bruno?
You do!
Who follows?
I do.
Now you remember that. You want to stay alive. You're gonna tell me something. Something that happened after you left Collinwood. What? Well, what was it? Tell me.
That girl I rescued in the woods last time the moon was full.
What about it?
She was at Collinwood tonight. I took her back to town. That's why I was getting here.
But that was all you were gonna tell me.
Yeah, well, what else is there?
Well, does she know anything about the werewolf?
Well, if she does, I couldn't find it out from her.
Well, look, the moon is gonna be full tomorrow night. Maybe you should have used a little persuasion, huh?
Look, I don't think it'll do any good. I'm convinced she doesn't know a thing.
Hey, Bruno. That doesn't sound like you. What, are you soft on her?
What's your next move?
Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go see David.
Why?
I think he might remember something from the book on how to deal with spirits of the dead.
There's a way of dealing with you too, Jeb, and maybe I'll use it.
What do you want now?
It's almost dark outside. I'm going to chain you to the wall.
What if I refuse to be chained to the wall?
It wouldn't do you any good. I have my orders.
Oh, no! Oh, get your hands off me!
You don't like the touch of death, do you? Now, move over that way. Get up against that wall and stay there. Now take those manacles and put one on each wrist. Go on, do as I tell you.
Mr. Hawks, it is customary to knock before entering this house.
Oh, well, Mrs. Stoddard promised me that I could feel free to come and go as I please.
Oh, I see. Then feel free by all means. Don't let me stop you.
I won't, Mrs. Collins.
May I ask what you are doing here, or would that be out of bounds?
No, that wouldn't be out of bounds. I dropped by to see David.
Why?
I was going to show him some photographs I took last week.
Photographs of what?
You ask a lot of questions, Mr. Collins.
I care about the welfare of my son, and it concerns me the company he keeps.
Well, let me tell you, you've got nothing to worry about.
That is for me to decide.
Will you let me finish? Now, you see, David and I have become very good friends. He likes me, and I like him.
But he is my son, and if I don't like his choice of friends, then it's up to me to do something about it, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it is. What do you plan to do, Mr. Collins?
He hasn't been himself lately. I don't think you should see him. In fact, I forbid you to see him.
I see. Yeah, well, that may present some pretty sticky problems, Mr. Collins. Because I don't know how you're going to stop me.
I'd like to speak to Quentin Collins, please. Quentin? Roger Collins. I've just had my first run-in with that young man, Jeb Hawks, and it's going to be my last run-in with him. Well, I'll tell you what I mean. I intend to put up with no more of this insanity. I cannot and will not stand by and watch him corrupt the lives of everyone around me. Don't tell me that, Quentin. There is something I can do. I'm going to have him run out of Collinwood, off this property, out of the state if I have to. I no longer care about the risks involved. Somebody's got to stand up to him. Somebody's got to tell him what a cheap, insufferable pig he is. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, Quentin.
Wondering how much I heard, Mr. Collins.
I don't care if you heard all of it.
Well, I heard enough.
I want you out of this house, and I want you to stay out.
That was Quentin you were talking to, wasn't it?
It makes no difference who I was talking to.
Oh, but it does make a difference. Because if that was Quentin you were talking to, you know a lot more than I thought you did. And your attitude really surprises me.
Surprises you?
Yes. Because you probably thought that Quentin's stories about us were exaggerations. But let me tell you, Mr. Collins, they weren't. It's all true about us. And let me tell you another thing. While you're still in one piece, we don't tolerate defiance. And if you think you can break me, if you can ruin me, you can't. Because you think about your son and your sister and all the other people, and you think about how much you love them, and you also think how you would feel if something happened to them. Because something could happen to them, and to you too.
You're a monster.
Just get one thing straight. Don't mess with me. Don't rock the boat, Mr. Collins. You just leave things the way they are.
Quentin Collins, please.
I'm a lot smarter than Jeb thinks I am. I wasn't born to follow. I was born to lead. But he'll know that soon enough. I'm glad I didn't tell him about the werewolf. If I had, it would have spoiled the greatest chance I've ever had. If anything happens to Jeb, Nicholas will have to appoint a new leader. And I'm sure I can convince him that I'm the best qualified. Yes, there's no one else. It'll be dark soon. It'll be dark, and Jeb will be dead.
Going somewhere, Bruno?
Well, it'll be dark in a few minutes, and I thought I should start prowling through the woods.
Why don't you just stay here? Because I want to talk to you.
About what?
About a lot of things.
Oh, man, are you still uptight?
Yeah, I'm still uptight. You know why? Because things keep getting worse. Our enemies increase instead of decrease.
What happened now?
I just put Roger Collins in his place. But I'm not worried about him. It's that spirit that's haunting us. I don't know what to do about it.
Well, don't worry about it. We'll think of something.
You know, I've decided that it isn't the spirit of Paul Stoddard.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I just have a feeling, a gut feeling. I know it isn't.
Look, you better let me go because I've got to get ready for that werewolf when he makes his appearance.
Why are you in such a hurry to leave, Bruno?
I'm not. I just want to play it safe and be outside when he gets there.
Yeah, well, you got plenty of time to go outside. So why don't you just sit here and cool it? And you don't leave until I tell you to leave.
It's almost time, Mr. Jennings.
I said you can't go through with this.
I told you I have my orders. I can't disobey them even if I wanted to.
Why not? Why not? You got nothing to lose.
Yes, I have. Even as I am now, I have something to lose.